Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review, sort of BDU. This is the question and answer and story time thing, but you may see a bunch of bottles of beer over there. I am going to be doing something special today. I'm going to be doing a challenge. I wasn't actually challenged, but I saw somebody else who actually was, and I figured, hey, I can do better than that, so I'm going to go do better than that. So here we are. I'm just getting my stopwatch open, and yeah, I'm gonna go sit down, and we will talk about this here. So this is the 5 and 5 challenge. So what the 5 and 5 challenge is? One second. Let's get this camera on. So, even though the live stream has already gotten this story, good day YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. This is going to be a challenge video. Now, recently, Reckless Eating, Matt from Reckless Eating, Matt Zion, did a challenge called the 5 and 5 challenge, which was 5 beers in 5 minutes. I have 6 beers here. They've been out of the fridge for about an hour. They're still a little cold, which might be my downfall, because when I chug, I normally chug warm. He did it with Bud Lights. They were 355 cans, and he challenged Toronto Fire up in Toronto, who is a hot sauce channel. I thought, you know what? I can do better than 5 and 5, I'm sure. So first and foremost, I don't know if the rules are for or against it, but we will open all the bottles first, because that's just a time-consuming thing, right? And if that's not allowed, I'm sorry, I don't actually know the full rules, and I don't care. Really, it's just kind of that. So we have, I was wanting to do it with all Old Viennas, because I know I can chug Old Viennas like no tomorrow. I was going to go buy some Mickey's, because I can also do the Mickey's grenades like no tomorrow. There we go. They're all open. So we have the stopwatch open on this phone, and like I said, it is 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, there's still foam in there. So that's 3. We're at a minute 8. Minute 12 or so. Number 4. Five. So that was 5 in 2 minutes. Let's do the 6th for shits and giggles, eh? There we go. 6 and 255. So we'll just sit over here on this camera until we hit the 5-minute mark, just for shits and giggles. Bottle 1, bottle 2. Oh, the foam turned into a little bit of liquid in that one. 3. 4. 5. 6. So there we go. I'm at 3 minutes and 40 seconds now. I'm going to get over to the live feed in a second. Hi, live feed. I'll share this video with Matt later. But yeah, it is what it is. I just thought, hey, you know what? We might as well go and do this because I thought it was fun watching both their videos. And even though I wasn't really brought up in it. But yeah, go and do it. Okay, I'm done talking. We've been talking for like a minute now. Minute and a bit. It's 4:20 on here. We're just going to stop that. And yeah, go over to the live feed. Thank you guys. Bye. Oh. Okay, I'm going to turn off the light. I'm going to turn off the camera for a second. I'm going to turn off the light in this room because it's really bright. I'm going to wait a few minutes before I drink my next beer. And yeah, that's the way it's going to be. Now, before I get back to the comments, I'm just going to quickly share this link to Matt because I know he's going online tonight. But just thought I'd share this one. Okay, we're back. Okay. So, what you guys have to say over here. Mr. Angus Wangus, chug, chug, chug. Don't worry, I did. Dullahan, evening. Good day to you, Greg. Aloof Noof, I'm too hungover to chug. You can never be too hungover to chug. Come on, boys, get your Irish on. Irish is always on. Good say, sir. Mr. Angus Wangus was 2, but now into number 4, and things are better. Remind me never to go drinking with you, Chad. Why not, Greg? Why don't you want to go drinking with me? Why don't you want to go drinking with me? Booze reviews. Sorry, I did turn off the camera for a second, and I'm using the camera's microphone. So when I turn off the camera, sometimes the audio keeps going and sometimes it stops. But I haven't brought up the other headset yet. This headset, its audio is broken. And I did want to send that thing to Matt before things continued. But yeah, so there we go. What was I drinking, Dullahan? I had one Old Vienna, because that's all the Old Vienna I had left in the house, and then 5 Moosehead. Now, when Matt from Reckless Eating did it, he was doing Coors Light. So not only did I do more beers, I did higher alcohol beers. Sorry, Matt. And I'm going to be drinking my last Oktoberfest from Sam Adams now. So yeah, last night was the search for the Ale Grail, the quest for the Ale Grail, the homebrewing competition. I know it was stupid, but I live streamed it anyway because I thought it was fun. It was my usual live stream night. I left my opener over there. I'll be right back. This one needs an opener. So I streamed it because, well, I was there. I hope that anyone that watched the stream at least found some of it interesting, because, I mean, there was some good conversation going on. There was some good trolling from Average Troll America. Yeah, it was a good night. You'd be done in an hour, would you? I could go all night. I kind of look creepy, to be honest, with the light off in here, but it was hurting my eyes. I've been in an inside light most of the day, and it was just bothering me. I got to trim this down, too, because the rest of my beard just isn't nearly as long. Got to trim it down. My 90-pound dumbbells showed up in the mail today. Next is going to be the 100-pound dumbbells. Hopefully before Christmas we'll get to them. You'd be done in 5 minutes and 45 seconds, would you? Cheers to that. So yeah, we did the Holy Ale Grail search, well, the quest for the Holy Ale Grail last night. Ashley, who comes in on here quite often, he put a beer in, and there was only 3 beers in his category, and his came in third. It wasn't that it was a bad beer. It wasn't a bad beer at all. There was no brewing faults in it at all. But the problem was that this was such a new home brewing competition that they didn't really have set categories that we could really follow the BGCP for. It was more, you know, it's a dark beer, it's a strong beer, or it's a session beer. So strong beer was over a certain percentage, session was under a certain percentage, and dark was dark. So he was in the dark. And I mean, you drink them, and it was more on how you felt about them, because there wasn't really a set style to mark them to. So his beer was really good, but taste-wise, it wasn't as good as the other 2 in the category. Stylistically, he was doing a black ale, and stylistically, it was real good. If it was just a dark ale category, he probably would have won it. But since it was just a dark beer category and it was all the dark beers combined, he didn't. I didn't give him much constructive criticism because, like I said, this is a fine beer. I just don't love it, and that's what it is. There's no faults in it. There's nothing you could change. It's brewed well. It's made well. I can't say anything about it other than I just don't love it. Now, Greg, you were there last night. Did you at least enjoy watching that at all? I don't know how. It was very loud in there, so I don't know how the microphone picked it up, because I've never live streamed really from the cell phone before, and I haven't gone back and watched it. But it was a fun experience to have a homebrewing competition, because it's not taken as seriously. Like when I judge actual beer competitions, it's serious. You can't talk to anybody while you're doing it. You have to say exactly why you gave what mark you gave. You have to remember everything, and I didn't. I actually really liked it, to be honest with you. I liked the more laid back feel and the way that we actually communicated while we were there, and the way there was jokes with you guys, and just it being happening in a brewery, and Natalie and a few other of my friends being there, coming into the camera shot every once in a while. Okay, that's all I hoped, was that people actually enjoyed watching it. Because I know it was kind of boring, but at the same time, there was a lot of boring parts, and the camera kept falling, and the angle wasn't great. But that's because I forgot to bring the tripod, because I'm stupid. I had it. I had the selfie stick tripod sitting on the couch waiting to go, and then Natalie and the guys showed up a little earlier than they were supposed to, and I forgot it there. So we were making do. I was live streaming with it. It was leaning on one of the Cayman Kettle glasses on top of a pen box, and so every time Blair hit the table, the fucking camera fell. And then yeah, it was an intriguing time, I must say. I liked the atmosphere myself too. It was a lot more fun than the hoity-toity stupid fucking things I usually judge for. Well, the pub is actually the Cayman Kettle. The Cayman Kettle is where we were. It's a brewery. I've done a beerymentary at the Cayman Kettle. It's a beautiful place. The Surly Leprechaun is a home brewing store in St. Catharines. So the Surly Leprechaun Quest for the Ale Grail was his home brewing competition. All the proceeds from every cent that was given to him as I think it was a $10 entrance fee. So every person that donated, he donated all their money directly to Gillian's Place, which is a shelter for abused women, and he also tripled the donation. So there was 15 applicants, so $150. He threw in another $300, so that he donated $450 to the Gillian's Place, and each year we're hoping it'll grow too, and it was fun to do. Yeah, I'm going to go do a video at the Surly Leprechaun at some point soon, and show the place off a little bit more. Daryl is actually a really good guy, and he's a Mick too. Mick Murphy is his last name. So yeah, it was funny because it was, there was 240-pound, well, under 140-pound Irishman, and then there was the 300-pound Irishman, and yeah, it was good. I did get a text from one of my ex-girlfriends, not the one that we normally talk about. One of my ex-girlfriends texted me and was like, "Are you dating Natalie?" Because she kept coming in the camera and dancing and everything with me. I'm like, no, I'm not. But thank you for thinking I could get someone that looks like her. So what we want to talk about? There's only 4 of you here. What 4 are you here? Who's here? Mr. Angus Wangus is here. Dullahan's here. Mr. Angus Wangus still hasn't drank with me and Chris yet. It's a sad thing. Oh, I'm coming back to Niagara. I'm going to drink with you all the time. I don't like you enough to drink with you. Fuck you guys. That's how that went down. That's how that went down. Oh, I got a bunch of comments today on stuff. I didn't actually read my comments today. I haven't actually answered comments in a while. I usually answer comments a few times a week, and I didn't get to them this time around. I'm going to have to jump in and do that myself again because it's been a while. Yeah, okay. Back to you guys. Sorry, I was just quickly looking at my emails because I have been waiting for a specific email. Just, Matt, what are you doing? Like I said, Matt, I just wanted you to watch that first 5 minutes because I'll post the video in the next day or two. I just wanted to show you that I did it, basically, and succeeded. And yeah, all the noise you hear in the background is the dogs. And I should turn the light on, but I like it like this. I'm albino. I like the dark. And yeah, I'm still drinking. You know, well, you know, I sat there and I watched you do it, and I was like, you know what? That's something I'm sure I could do, but what do I want to do it with? I actually thought about doing it with, I have 5 cans of 10% alcohol Paranormal, which is a pumpkin beer. And I thought about doing it with the 10% alcohol beers, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not really supposed to get drunk on the pills I'm on, so I should go with 5% alcohol beer. So that's what I did. I just wanted to not only do it quicker than both you in Toronto, but I wanted to do it with a higher ABV beer. So that's why I jumped on the 5%. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's bring in a 6th beer because I'm a stupid show off. Like when I did the 1 chip challenge and I ate 2 chips because I'm an idiot. I was going to do 4 chips, but my ex-wife, who I was still with at the time, was like, if you spend $20 on 4 chips, I'm going to fucking beat you. I'm like, okay, I won't spend $20 on 4 chips. But I wish I had. But yeah, I was excited for you. It was the sound. You were so close to your camera, and I could hear your fucking throat every time you drank, and it was weird for me. Good. Again, if you do stupid challenges and I can get the stuff, I'll always think of me because I'm willing to try them. I mean, it's me and my dogs. That's what's here. It's me and my dogs. So I'm willing to do stupid things. What are you doing tonight, Matt? I know you posted you're doing a live feed tonight, and I'm not usually on too long. We just we talk. On Thursday nights, if I can't find something to do, I talk to the people that watch my channel, which are very few compared to yours, because I can actually read the comments. You can't; they're just scrolling way too fast. But I just tell stories about my life, and then we answer any questions that come up. What do you mean by a Stein challenge, Greg? I work tomorrow, so I probably won't. I'll have to rewatch that after you're done posting it. Like I'll watch it afterwards. My work week is Friday to Tuesdays. Wednesday, Thursday are my days off. And unfortunately, I work nights, so it's Friday night to Tuesday night. Really, really, really keeps it so that I can't actually go out and find a girl because of the fact that I work this shitty job. Well, I shouldn't say shitty job. I love my job. It's just shitty shift. We have a shift bid coming up, which should be starting in the next week or so. And I'm actually thinking about going to day shift. If I go to day shift, I won't make nearly as much money. Probably $200 a week instead of $800 a week in tips. But I'll have every single night off because day shift is 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. A lot less money, but my wage covers all my bills. So my tip money just is what I live off of. And I won't start till January because, of course, they don't want to have us change for New Year's Eve because they want every single person there on New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve falls on a day that almost nobody has off this year. So they'll make us work New Year's Eve, and then the next day things will change. But I have 8 guys below me, so I don't have many choices when I get to my shift to choose from. But I'll either be on the same shift I'm on or on day shift. I'm not going to go to midnights unless midnights has like Saturday, Sunday off, because Saturday, Sunday off is Friday night, Saturday night. If I get for midnights, because midnight starts at 2 a.m. for us. But if that's available when it gets to me, maybe I'd take that, even though it's not very conducive again for having a relationship or moving on, like that type of stuff. But I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. Alrighty, have a good night, Matt. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I feel special that you were here because I'm a nobody compared to you. And yeah, enjoy recording your podcast. You don't really find a lady that works a night shift. Actually, that's the thing, right? If I don't date somebody that works at the place I work, I'm probably not really going to find somebody that's happy where I am, because I mean that's the thing, right? The joke is, if you work where I am, you better have been married before you started working where I am. That's the only way you're finding somebody with where I work. But yeah, you are right. That's basically the choice, is finding somebody that's working the same shift or close to the same shift. It's just having the same days off. I mean, my ex-wife left me 8 months ago now, and I've dated a few people in that time now. One I really liked, but the people that are close to me know why that didn't work, and I'm not going to say that online because it just is what it is. I really did enjoy my time with her, though. We had a lot in common. Just it didn't work out, and it didn't work out for specific reasons. I don't think she fully understands why it didn't work out, but I'm sad it didn't work out, but it did, because we had so much in common and we got along very well. And like Greg that's watching right now and a few other people know why it didn't, but it didn't. Then there was another that hated dogs, and I have, well, my puppies are fighting in the background right now. I have a German Shepherd Mastiff and a Boxer puppy. Before my ex-wife left me, we had a Shepherd Collie Maltese Poodle and a Scottish Terrier. And she took both of them with her, as well as the dog, and as well as the cat and everything else. And I was left here completely alone. But she took the kids with her too. So and she moved to another city. So I needed something. So my dad brought me a dog, and then my aunt sent me a dog, and now I have two soon-to-be very giant dogs that are back there fighting. So the girl started dating me, and she hates dogs. And at one point, she's like, "You got to get rid of your dogs if we keep dating." I'm like, "Yeah, bye." Then I had another girl that was like, well, and the next girl was kind of crazy, like seriously crazy. And she's like, well, if I'm sleeping over, your dogs are both going to be like 100-pound dogs, and they sleep with you. Where am I going to sleep if I'm still here? I go, I don't care, because you're gone. She's like, what do you mean? I go, I don't want to date you. You're insane. Then I had another one recently that was really, really intrigued by me, but didn't like where I worked because of the fact that we couldn't hang out on weekends and stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. You might as well assume the worst. I think Greg knows, and a few other people know, but yeah, you might as well just assume the worst. Yeah, it was. I gave it a second chance, and it still didn't work out. It's a 1-liter Stein filled with beer of your choice, and how fast you. Oh, I could do that in seconds, man. How fast did I do the first 3 beers? It wasn't the first 3 beers done in under a minute? I can do a fucking 1-liter Stein of beer. What is that? Yeah, so are the shifts for the job I work, at least to this point, because we haven't seen the grids yet. We don't know how the new boss, because that's what had happened. We have entirely new management. Both our manager and our director were fired, and they hired a new director and a new manager. So we don't know exactly how the grids are going to go. But the shifts for me, as of right now, before the shift bid, are 2 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., and then 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. To 2:30 a.m. I'm on the 6 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. shift. So that's the money-making shift. However, you're gone every single night except for your 2 days off. You have all day. It's a great shift for having time during the day to do whatever you want, but it's a night shift basically. Well, an evening shift, shall we say. The midnight shift sucks. I've worked midnights a lot of the time in my life. I've been in fast food as a maintenance guy. Maintenance guys always would work at night. There's the guys that repair things and clean things and like, would clean the grease trap, would take apart all the machines, change the oil, all that stuff. Good paying job, but midnights. But their midnights is 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I worked as a bouncer and then a baker. The bouncer would get done at 2 a.m., well, 2:30 a.m., and then the baker job would start at 3 a.m. So that worked too. But it would be like 3 a.m. till like 7 a.m. basically. I've worked 10 to 6 a.m. I've worked 11 to 7 a.m. I've worked noon to midnight to 8 a.m. The 2 a.m. to 10:30 thing fucking sucks because you get home and you have two choices. You either pass out right away, wake up, and have nothing to do, or you try to stay up till like 4 and then sleep till like midnight. And you're still a zombie no matter what you do. But if I can get Friday night and Saturday night off, I'd do it again. Day shift sucks because your entire day is gone no matter what you do. However, you have every night to do whatever the fuck you want. Now the good thing for me is I don't go to bars, so I wouldn't be spending my money at bars, but I'm sure my money would just disappear if I was doing that shift. You're going to assume she enjoyed fresh breast milk. As a result, she wanted you to impregnate her, and then she would get an abortion and then start pumping the milk. Yummy, yummy. White like white like albino. I have super sperm according to my doctor. So if she wanted to get pregnant, it could happen extremely easily. My ex-wife was impregnated several times. We have 3 children. But she was impregnated several more times than 3. She had polycystic ovarian syndrome. So she lost a lot of babies. But yeah, I was very fertile, and so was she. It all reminds me of the movie Beer Fest. What reminds you of the movie Beer Fest, Mr. Angus Wangus? Go Sens Go. Malted. What's the score right now? I know the game started at 7:30. I haven't watched it. I don't get it down here, and my Android box only has like 4 things installed because I deleted everything off of it because the uploads it did fucked it, and I had to delete everything and start over. No, I'm Irish. We're not known for giant meat. No, we have okay meat, but it's not giant. From the stories I've heard from both Greg and Chris, it's better than Polish meat, but it's not amazing. Right now, Dullahan, Greg, we're talking about my penis, but before that, we were talking about both my work and women. You left. What do you want? You're not here. You are the man of reason between, and the fact that you're actually living on the island and you're the man of reason. There's a problem with that. There is a big problem with that. That you are the man of reason while living on the island. So Natalie had a great time last night and wants us to do a bunch more things on Wednesday nights, and she would like us to live stream more things on Wednesday nights. So I'll try and figure out some things that we can do together that we can live stream. And I'm really amazed right now that we had YouTube royalty in the chat earlier tonight, because reckless eating is YouTube royalty basically. Compared to me, they're YouTube royalty. And I'm glad he stuck around long enough to say hi, because first off, if you guys haven't ever watched Reckless Eating, Matt and his entire crew are amazing. Not that they need any more subscribers with their 616,000 422, but they are great guys, all of them, and they do some funny things. And yeah, to have him here tonight and have him say hi was great. I don't know how big the. You know what, Lee? He really is. Matt is the nicest guy. He's a great guy. I love. You know what? Actually, I only started talking to Matt through Lee. I watched Reckless Eating before, but Matt actually added me on Facebook because he recognized my picture and he realized that I was friends with Lee and he really likes Lee. And we've talked a bit throughout the years now. Every few weeks we'll send each other a few messages. And it was actually he is the nicest guy. He actually contacted me when because again he's on my Facebook. He has thousands of people on his Facebook. A lot of people are fans and stuff. And he contacted me after my wife left to make sure I was okay and all that. And I mean, he doesn't really know me. I mean, we've talked and stuff, but the fact that he actually reached out at that point was great. Do I think back to the do I think I could drink the boot from Beer Fest? It all matters how big the boot is. I don't know how big the boot is. I have a bunch of boots downstairs. I just don't know if they're the same size or not. They're wide. They're short and wide, but they might be the same size as the one that they used in the movie. The red nose needs a boot. I don't have a red nose. My nose is white right now. It's not even. I stop drinking as soon as it starts going numb. I can feel that. I'm okay. Are you from Ontario? Yes, cannabis cultivator. I am from Ontario. I live in Ontario. I'm originally from the Ottawa area. I was born in Ottawa. I grew up in the Ottawa Valley, Smiths Falls, Renfrew, Arnprior, Braeside, that type of thing. Right now, I'm in the Golden Horseshoe. I'm in Niagara Falls. But yeah, I got as far away from my crazy family as I could. My family is originally from Ireland. My dad's side is all Irish. They moved here when he was young. After World War, what Lee Enfield does he have? I think it was World War. I don't remember which World War he moved here from. Well, his family moved here from. My dad is. It must have been two. It must have been two because my dad would be. My mom was not. My mom was 19 when she had me, so she is 54. So my dad would be 69 or 70. So yeah, that would correspond with World War II. Because they moved here right after the World War because my grandfather was a, yeah, we won't go into that story online. But my grandfather may or may not have been in an Irish prison during a World War and may or may not have been asked to be a sniper for the English army. And then the family moved here. My mother's side of the family is Irish and Scottish. The Scottish is 4 generations back, and everything else is Irish. And they moved here when she was right before she was born, because she was born here. But the rest of, like, my uncle and my other aunt were born over there. Alrighty, Lee, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. You went to Fallsview on the weekend. You may have even seen me at Fallsview on the weekend. Wait, no, you didn't. I wouldn't be at Fallsview. No, I wouldn't. No, there's no reason for me to have been at Fallsview on the weekend. None. None at all. You know, that's the weirdest thing about me too. I know that I'm a nobody and all that. I know that BeardTube is a nothing thing. I only have just over 4,000 subscribers, which, you know what, I'm appreciative of having them all. But it's weird that I work in a place that has millions of people pass through every month, and I only get recognized a few times a year. Like, really? Really? I'll go to like London, Ontario, and I'll be recognized every time I'm there, or Toronto, and I'll be recognized every time I'm there. But at a place that has millions of people come through it, I'm recognized a few times a year. I work at a place that I cannot talk about online, which may or may not be some place that you may or may not have been on the weekend. $5 liters of beer? I could drink 5 liters of beer, but I couldn't drink it as fast as they did in the movie. That was pretty skillful in the movie, and if it really was supposed to be 5 liters of beer, I wouldn't believe any of those guys drank it as fast as they did, to be honest with you. Cultivator, I get trolled all the time. It's okay. I get called Q-tip, Santa, all that shit. I'm used to it. It's okay. It's what happens when you grow up looking like me. It's okay. I accept it. So last night after the homebrew competition, I showed up, and my buddy Neil came over, and my buddy, a few of my other buddies came over, and 3 of the people that were here were people in that story I told you guys about. One of them being me, one of them being Neil, and one of them being John. When we were standing outside of the Canadian Mental Health Association, and we're not going to say why we were there. We were all there taking a course that we were all court appointed to take. Well, I wasn't court appointed to take. I took it before the court appointed me to take it. But we were all standing outside of there. Now, Neil is a driver for a company that delivers cannabis merchandise. And he's like, "You want to see what's in the back of my van?" Because he showed up with his van. And we're like, "Sure." And we're standing there. He's going through boxes, showing us all this cool stuff he has. He's like, "Look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that." And I was standing there, and it was me, a guy named Josh, John, and Neil. Now Neil is a guy of Egyptian background. He's Muslim. John is from Jamaica. I'm a tattoo-covered white guy that's a fairly large guy. Used to do strongman in the Highland Games and all that. And Josh is this tiny little white guy, but covered head to toe in tattoos. And we're standing there, and he's showing us all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, but we have a van with a white van with absolutely no windows, with a Muslim guy in the back, opening up boxes, showing a black guy and 2 tattoo-covered white guys what's in the boxes. The cops are going to be here any second. And yeah, that's they both love that story. They told it again on Saturday night. Well, certainly not my Saturday night, which was last night, while we were drinking together. You reckon it is 3 to 5 liters, probably nearer 3. You used to wrestle us guys. Where are you from, Dion? See, I actually was a wrestler for a very long time. A fairly good wrestler for a very long time. Actually, a guy I wrestled against was supposed to get into the WWE. His name is Devin Nicholson. He was known, his ring name was Hannibal. And he was just signed onto a developmental contract with WWE when he ended up finding out he had hepatitis C. He got Hep C from Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher bled him with a razor he bled himself with. So he bled himself with he bled himself, and then he bled Devin. So Devin got lost his WWE contract basically because anyone with Hep C couldn't wrestle for them at the time. Anyone with AIDS or anything like that because of blood transmitted diseases. Devin ended up taking the. There you are! Somebody just texted me. Devin ended up taking the experimental drug that would supposedly cure him of his Hep C. And it did. He didn't have it in his blood anymore, but they still wouldn't let him honor his contract because of the fact that they didn't know if it was really there and just masked or not. I feel bad for the guy. I really do. He actually was set to make millions of dollars. That was his career. And because of one guy, he lost that career. How often do I hit up the Niagara buffets? Almost never, to be honest with you. With my ex-wife, we would go to Wind quite often. Wind, the sushi buffet. I don't eat fish, but I love the vegetarian and other stuff that's there. I'm not a vegetarian, obviously, because I wouldn't be a 300-pound guy that used to do strongman in the Highland Games if I was just a vegetarian. But I don't like the taste of fish, so I go there and I have like chicken wings and all the vegetarian stuff and the pad thai and the spicy rice and spicy noodles and all that shit. But I don't hit buffets very often. Once in a while, I'll go to the Mandarin. Actually, in the months that my wife has been gone, I've lost 30 pounds. I'm back up 15 pounds, but it's not fat. I'm putting muscle on right now because I'm doing my workouts again. Actually, my buddy Chris just dropped off, not in the basement Chris, another Chris that I work with. He just dropped off 3 tractor tires for me. One was 100 pounds, one's 200 pounds, and one's 50 pounds, so that I can use them in the backyard while I do my different exercises. It's because I'm starting to try and get back into Highland game shape. I'm never going to be in strongman shape again. That was a young man game. If I had kept up with it, it would be fine, but my arms are pretty huge compared to most people's arms, but they are like a third the size they used to be. Last night when we were at the homebrew competition, I showed Blair, who was one of the judges, a picture of me like 12 years ago when I was doing that stuff, and I'm like, look, this is the shape I was in. He's like, oh my fucking god, your arms are like the size of my waist, and I go, yeah, they were. And then I got married and had kids, and yeah, things happened. I never wrestled in Arkansas. I wrestled all over Ontario. I wrestled in Texas. I wrestled in Greece. I wrestled in Greece was for the World Championships. I wrestled in Florida. I wrestled in what was the other state we were in? Oh, I'm getting drunk now, guys. It's starting to hit me. There was one other state. I was 16 at the time, which is probably why I don't remember it either, because from 16 to 22, I had a lot of concussions. Maryland is where I wrestled. But yeah, all over Ontario, all over Quebec, Riverdale, Quebec, Montreal, Quebec, Quebec City, Quebec. I did one in Winnipeg. I did one in St. John's, Newfoundland. No, I'm. You know what? My ex left the Niagara region. She's back with her family, and that's where she is. And I am fighting for visitation rights and custodial rights of my children. It's cost a lot of money. Actually, today Greg, you would have saw the post today on Facebook, but everybody else wouldn't have, and I don't even care. I'm not going to go into full detail. But today I got a letter from my lawyer that was sent to him from her lawyer that was about why I wasn't getting calls from my kids on Tuesday, because every single day I get a call at the exact same time. It's like a 4-minute call. I get to talk to each of my kids for like a minute and a half, and then I get to see the baby for like a minute. But it was like, my client is asking for Tuesdays to be waived for now because they're in swimming lessons at 4:30, and they call me at 4. And then after that, she demanded $44 for dental fees for a dentist appointment for one of my kids. And I'm sitting there, and I call my lawyer up right after that. I'm like, okay, so here's my 2 questions. I'm like, one, between the 2 of us, my kid has $3,500 in dental fees. Where the fuck did she end up getting $88 worth of dental expenses when she's only been to the dentist once? Between my work and her work, there's $3,500 in dental coverage. There is no fucking way this happened. I go, unless she used up all of my benefits and she's using up hers now. And if she's using up hers now, I don't fucking give a shit. Second, this is something she could have told me in 10 seconds on the phone, and then she could have had her $44. However, she wanted to go through her lawyer, which will cost me $40 because it's cost me $25 for you to get the letter and then $15 for you to send me a letter. So now I've spent $40 on something she could have told me over 10 seconds on the phone, and she could have gotten her money. I'm like, she's not getting shit right now because she hasn't signed a separation agreement, so there's nothing saying that I actually owe her any money, so fuck her. And yeah, that's where we were. Beer's done. Next beer. Stonehammer Dark. Stonehammer Dark. Have a good night, cannabis cultivator. Thank you for dropping by. Great to chat with you. There's almost nobody here. That's okay, though. That's okay. As long as there's one viewer, I'm not a drunk because there's somebody sharing beer with me. No, the reason it looks like it's settling down, Greg, is because I basically blocked her on all social media. So she can't see shit right now. But between her and my aunt, shit is still going on. I keep getting texts from my fucking uncle, too. My uncle's not as crazy as my aunt. He's actually trying to be helpful. But, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's not going to change. Nothing I do is going to change it. So I might as well not worry about it, right? It's the way it is. Just checking the hockey score right now since I can't watch the game down here. Ooh, Ottawa's up 2-1 in the second. Not that any of you really care, but I do. Let's see. Chris Weidman scored with Derek Brassard and Bobby Bryan as the assists. And Mark Stone with Derek Brassard scored in the second. And Brett Connolly with Lars Eller and Matt Niskanen scored for Washington. But who fucking cares about what Washington does, right? I don't give a shit what Washington does. I don't. Phone back down. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, man, you know I stay as long as I can, but the 5-hour time difference is killer. I bought a case of Moosehead this week on sale right now, having a optical illusion. Bam. Hockey, Greg, hockey. I don't watch football often. Is stuff getting sorted, or is she still getting away with shit? She's still getting away with shit. She'll end up winning everything. I'll end up owing a lot more money than I've spent because of the judge we have right now. Our next court date is November 22nd, so she's going to be getting away with shit until then because absolutely nothing has been resolved as of right now. The only thing that's happened so far is that I've accepted that now that I'm back at work, I'm paying child support. I was never trying to be a deadbeat dad. I want to support my kids. But she wanted the $800 a month while I was making $1,200 a month. And she wasn't paying any half of the house or anything, but she wanted half of all the sales of the house. I'm like, well, she's not getting anything until I get back to work. Once I get back to work, she can have whatever the fuck she wants. So she starts getting her child support at the end of this month. I haven't gotten my paperwork for that yet. Yeah. The season started yesterday. Today's the first game for my team. How much was the case of Moosehead when you bought it, Mr. Angus Wangus? I bought a 28 pack for $42 a month ago. I took down the trampoline yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Tuesday, I took down the trampoline. And I posted it on Facebook. Anyone want a trampoline for super cheap? And a buddy of mine at work is like, what's super cheap? I go, well, it's a $400 trampoline. I'll give it to you for 2 cases of Old Vienna. He's like, you don't want the $70? I go, no, I want you to buy the 2 cases of Old Vienna for me and bring it to me so I have 2 cases of Old Vienna in the house, and then I'll give you the trampoline. Montreal started tonight, too. They're playing Buffalo tonight. Taking down the trampoline was pretty heartbreaking, to be honest with you. I kept it up because, I had hopes that my kids were coming back. I had hopes that I would be seeing them again. All praise OV is correct, Aloof Noof. But yeah, so I kept it up, but every day I'd go outside to play with the dogs and stuff, and I'd look at the trampoline and I'm like, yeah, they're not coming back. And it was just time to get rid of it because it was hurting me. I'm not going to have visitation of the kids until at least next summer. So it was time to move on. And yeah, it is what it is. I got it taken apart in a third of the time it took to put it together. It's in 4 bins in the garage. I'm just waiting for my 2 cases of Old Vienna, and he can have it. A friend of mine is like, why don't you post it on Niagara Marketplace? You can sell it quick. And I'm like, I'd rather give it to somebody that I know that would want it. What the fuck is this? Sorry, I got a weird email here. 1 second. Oh, one of those stupid fuckers that tries to take over your Instagram feed. Okay. I get that mostly for YouTube, not Instagram. I don't have enough followers for Instagram normally, but yeah. Old banana. Yes, Mr. Angus Wangus. Well, my banana isn't old, even if my hair is white. It's still a fairly young banana. It's not a young banana, but it's a fairly young banana. Fuck, there's only 3 of you. Nobody's here. That's okay. Again, if I even have 1 person here, I'm not drinking alone. Even if Mr. Angus Wangus is too good for me. It's hard, but that point comes eventually, I know. Well, that's just it. The point came. I was trying to fight it off. I didn't want to admit to that point. Sorry, I'm petting one of my dogs right now. The shepherd's here with me. The boxer's on the bed. The shepherd's here on the ground. She's being very shepherdish. I got to get her nails cut. Boychuk is supposed to bring his girlfriend to cut their nails, but it just keeps not happening. What are you drinking, Aloof Noof? What are you drinking? Are you actually in Newfoundland? Do you get like Kitty Vitty, Quitty Vitty? Is that because that's like the big Newfoundland craft brewery, is it not? Microbrewery coming to Port Colborne, I see, called Breakwall Brewery. That's old news, Mr. Angus Wank. It's old news. I knew about that a year ago. Old news. There's supposed to be one coming to Welland as well. I don't know how well it's going to be accepted in Welland. I know Welland was the first craft brewery in Ontario, but it hasn't had a craft brewery in about 20 years. And yeah. OV, yeah. OV is my macro beer of choice. If I can't get OV, my next macro beer of choice is Export. If I can't get Export, Old Stock Ale. If I can't get Old Stock Ale, Labatt 50. If I can't get Labatt 50, then we go into going back to Canadian brews instead of big macro brews, and I go to Moosehead. If I can't get Moosehead, I stay with the Canadian stuff, but go to like Red Baron or Red Cap or something. Then Miller Lite, Mickey's, both old Miller products, which are now, I don't even know who owns those two products now. Got to look that up. It's they B InBev or Molson Coors, because they both took like half the company. Quiddy Viddy is not a great beer, though. I don't know. I've never had Quiddy Viddy. I have a whole bunch of viewers from Newfoundland that keep telling me to try Quiddy Viddy, and I'm like, can't try it unless you send it to me. I don't live in Newfoundland, but they all talk about how amazing it is. But yeah, it's not a beer I've ever had. I know they have a few different styles, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the only craft breweries in Newfoundland. I could be 100% wrong on that, but it's the only one I ever hear about. Last time I went to the LCBO, I bought a 6-pack of MGD because I used to not hate it. And yeah, I don't mind it, but I don't like it. It is what it is, right? I mean, I am a craft beer guy. Craft beer is my thing, but I'm not like a lot of craft beer snobs that will never drink a macro beer. I will drink a macro beer. A macro beer is my normal drinking beer just because price is just so gross in Canada. In the U.S., I don't understand how craft beer is so huge when you can buy a 2-4 of a macro beer for $13 to $20, mattering what state you're in, while a 2-4 of craft beer is $40 to $60. Here in Ontario, the price is so much closer, but my beer budget is so much smaller now that I'm single and I'm paying child support and everything else. There's a lot of girls from Port Colborne on the internet dating sites. Unfortunately, I don't drive, so I don't even message them. Yeah, not worth it. It's not worth it for me to message anybody on internet dating sites anyway. Internet dating sites are like the worst for anybody that's somewhat different than everybody else, because the women on there get thousands of messages a day, and they're not going to look at the weird albino guy over the 15,000 different normal looking guys that message them. And that's not me being, oh, woe is me. That's just me being truthful and accepting it. Hey, for those of you that aren't on my Facebook, yesterday I was working out in the basement. I work out in my basement most of the time, other than the backyard. And I found my original wrestling boots. My original wrestling boots from grade 9. Now, I started wrestling in grade 6. But grade 9 is when I got my first pair of wrestling boots, and I got them from my wrestling coach at the time. So I've had those boots since I was, well, what age are you in grade 9? Like 14? So I've had those for like 21 years, and I found them in the basement. And it took me 10 minutes to get them on, but I ended up getting them on. And it was just memories. I won my first gold medal was won in those boots. My third, my fourth, my fifth, my seventh, I think I won my first 12 gold medals in those boots before I started buying other pairs. I gave my brother one pair of my boots. the pair I wore to my first Canadian Championships when I took gold. I gave him those boots. I don't even think he would still have them. He probably just threw them out because he doesn't keep things like that. And I have my last pair of boots. So I have my first pair of boots and my last pair of boots. I think I might dress up like I know Clyzak in the basement wants me to be the Incredible Hulk for Halloween at work, but he doesn't want to buy the green paint. So I might just go as a wrestler again. I'm going to wear those first pair of boots when I go. Again, Dullahan, it took me 10 minutes to get my feet in them. My feet are too big for them now, but I can just squeeze into them. Just squeeze into them. It takes a lot of, I have to basically unlace the entire boot and get my feet in them and then lace them up. What is the Rechoice Tavern? I have to come to the Rechoice Tavern. I don't even know what the Rechoice Tavern is. Here, this is there you go. There's the boots. They just fit. Like my toes are pushing up against the ends. I have to pull them down a little bit, but I fit in them. That's all that matters. First pair of boots. Yeah. I forgot that camera was still on because I was reading something. I apologize for that. Again, normally we chat more than this. I lose a lot of my viewer base though because other channels that are more intriguing than me are broadcasting at the same time. Like Rod J is up right now, so I'm sure Jace and a few other guys are over there. Usually I'd have guys like A Fury and stuff over here and Al and stuff. But again, I do these live streams too much now. It is what it is. Aloof Noof. Oh yeah, you aren't in Newfoundland. You're in Port Colborne as well, are you not? Oh, fuck, I forgot all about that. You were here last time when Mr. Angus Wangus was with you. Forgive me, I do have a lot of head injuries. I don't remember things all the time. And it wasn't Rechoice, it was Red Nose. I'm blind too. Forgive me about that. Yeah, I go to White's Tavern all the time. White's Tavern is my basement. We used to have a White's Tavern sign up there, and it was called White's Tavern not to be shitty or anything like that. But when I was a bouncer, people would make fun of the fact that I was albino, so it became White's Tavern. What are you chewing on? What do you got there? Okay, there you go. You can have it back. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. What do you want, Helgs? What do you want? Hey, what do you want, Helgs? So, as Greg would know, as a avid shepherd owner, Helga's actually gaining quite a bit of weight. And I mean, she's a shepherd mastiff, so she's going to be bigger than a shepherd. But she's gaining quite a bit of weight, but isn't nearly as tall as Boris. Now, Boris is a purebred boxer, so he's going to be a tall, lanky motherfucker full of muscle, but also not filled out. But she is bigger than him. Not taller, but she is bigger than him, and she has a massive tail. Massive tail. But she will not leave me alone, ever. And when I first got her, she was so not an affectionate dog. She was not affectionate at all. And she's still not fully affectionate. Like, Boris is super affectionate. He needs to sit on your lap all the time and everything else. But she needs to be wherever I am at all times. She needs to be there. She can't be anywhere but there. And right now she's sitting right at my feet, getting pet. Right now. Right now. I'll show you her. The lights are off, so you won't see her because she's black and white. There we go. Nobody's talking anymore? Everybody's done talking to me? For you. Ask some questions. Do something. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. I'm gonna have to go for a piss soon and take the dogs out for a piss, so I'm gonna have to get the cell phone going. Okay, you guys are still not talking. I'm going to go to take the dogs out. Where's the cell phone? Right here. So we're going to turn off the camera on here as soon as I get this one going. Let's get the Hangouts going up. Hangouts with just me. Again, any of you can join if you want to. You just have to tell me you want to, and I'll let you join. It's all good. You can join. Okay. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Boris. Good boy. Come on, Helgs. Go pee-pee. So I've been recording my podcast for the last week or so. I might actually post it early. Usually I record for 2 weeks. A bunch of video so far. And we might post it early. I may or may not be peeing off my back porch right now because I may or may not be classy like that. That's for me to know and you guys to guess. Yes. Now, when I've gone offline a few times, I've talked about the store across the street from me and how it is to be a drug front. And all their lights are on. There's like 3 cars in front of them. Yeah. They have to be. And at some point I may live stream as we walk up to 11 and buy some hot dogs. I actually was at Walmart today and I didn't buy any bread because I'm a fucking idiot. That's what it comes down to. I'm a fucking idiot. Come on, guys. Let's go. Boris, Helga, come. Good boy. Good girl. Yes. Where did you find that? Come on. Helga has taken Boris's bone. She's been like, fuck you, I'm taking your bone. And she took it. She has it. Now all Boris has to do is rip it from her mouth and jump up on the bed and she can't get it. I'm back. Let's see what you guys have been talking about since I left. I tried to kill myself with mozzarella again tonight. Am I shutting down what there, Greg? Am I shutting down the chat? Not quite yet. Soon, maybe. Soon. Nobody's here, so I might go soon. I mean, what I've done my workout. I've walked the dogs. I've done my 100 push-ups and sit-ups for the day. I ate at noon. So yeah, at some point I might go offline. I'm at beer 8 right now. I drank the first 6 beers in 3 minutes. It's been like an hour and a half for the next 2. I wait until Helga is bigger than the shepherd shall. She's already raping Boris. She mounts him. She's like, I'm the boss. She already thinks she's the boss, but she won't jump. My bed is not that high. I mean, it's high. It's probably like 2.5 feet. If she puts her paws up, her entire, like, from here up on her, like if she was a woman, her breasts up would be on the bed, but she won't jump on the bed. If I don't pick her up, she isn't getting up on the bed. So I usually fall asleep around 4. I wake up at 7:30 or 8 to let them out to pee, and then I go back to bed for a few hours. And he'll jump up in the bed because boxers jump. And Helga will lay at my head, but on the floor. And if she wants up, she'll jump up and start licking me, and I have to pull her up myself. And then she lays right beside me. But she will not jump. But that's a Mastiff thing, right? Mastiffs don't jump. Shepherds would jump. Mastiffs won't. She could do it easily, too. She just refuses to. So it is what it is. But she's the stronger dog. She's the meaner dog. She's the guard dog. He's the play dog. He likes to jump and run and chase and things. And she just loves to play fetch. That's the only game she'll play is fetch. She loves tug. He loves chase. He loves all that shit. She just wants to fetch. It's a dark ale, actually, and it's not bad. It's the Stonehammer Dark Ale. Now, the Cameron's Dark 266 is one of my favorite just dark lagers, as well as Silversmith Dark Lager. But Silversmith Dark Lager is too expensive to buy on the regular. Do I still have the mark? No, okay. Helga scratched me pretty good across the top of the forehead when she jumped up on the bed one day a few days. Well, jumped up to tell me she wanted on the bed a few days ago. But yeah, the Stonehammer beer, not a bad beer. Not a bad beer at all. Not a bad beer at all. I don't know where my wallet is. Don't know where my wallet is. What do I do without my wallet? Now, how many of you got to see my new suits? I like my new suits. They're from China, but I can get the same suits from Alain Dupetit here in Ontario. If I get them from Alain Dupetit, they're $20 more a suit, but I get them within a day. So I have 2 white suits now, a navy blue suit. One of the white suits is from Amazon. The navy blue suit is from Amazon. The white suit, the burgundy suit, the black suit, and the fuck. I'm stumbling right now on what I'm trying to say. Ooh, look at that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to change how this is working. Okay, so first we're going to turn off the camera. Then we're going to go to settings, and we're going to change the microphone to communication microphone. And do you still hear me? You still hear me. Okay, you can still hear me. What did one of the dogs eat? What were we talking about there? Yes, I've had the President's Choice Dark. I didn't mind it at all. I did not mind it at all. Sorry, I'm on the Just Eat website right now. I'm just looking quickly at what there's a new restaurant on there. I get excited anytime I see a new restaurant because it's something I haven't had. Oh, okay. Hmm. What should we talk about, guys? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? What should we talk about? Is there anything we should talk about? I don't know even what goes on anymore. I don't know anything. Oh, okay. So I've been, like I said, I've been working out a lot lately, and my fucking feet hurt so bad, so bad, from all the jumping jacks and everything else I do. I'm a big guy, so the shock on my feet, especially because I work out in the basement, so I'm working out on just concrete. It hurts. Um, but you know what? I love doing it, so I keep doing it because I'm an idiot. That's what it comes down to. I am an idiot, and it is what it is. I mean, I don't fully endorse what I do to the point where I think that I'm doing something smart. I think I'm an idiot. I really personally do think I am an idiot, and I wish that I wouldn't do half the shit I do, but I do it because I'm stupid. That's what it comes down to. Is I know that I shouldn't do half the shit I do, but I do it anyway. And yeah, it is moronic of me, and it hurts, but I keep doing it because I'm stupid. I keep doing it because I'm stupid. That's the best way to say it. I am stupid. There is so many things I do that I shouldn't do, and I do them anyway. And I don't think about it until afterwards. I mean, I've been working out. I've been working out for 2 months, but I've been working out hard for a couple weeks now, like a month or two, probably a month of working out hard, where I make sure I do it every single day. And yeah, sometimes I eat shit I shouldn't, and this and that, but it's fun for me to do half the things I do, and it it is a intriguing time in my life, to be honest with you, because of what I do. And I sit there and I think, why do I do half the things I do? And it comes down to the fact that I'm just stupid. It hurts, but it feels great at the same time. I mean, that's the best way to put it. It hurts and it feels great. Um, Yeah, it hurts and it feels great is probably the all-time best way to put it. It like your feet throb. Your feet throb and you wonder why you did half the things you did. But you do them anyway because you feel better afterwards. And you feel better because it hurts, but it keeps hurting. Like it keeps hurting for days, but you still feel better. It's the stupidest, weirdest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. When I was younger, it didn't hurt at all when I would do half this shit. It'd feel great. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm done. Everything is good. I can just keep doing this forever and I'll be happy. But now that I'm older and I'm doing this, it's just moronic. It really does feel moronic that you would do it and that you enjoy it. And the fact that people do enjoy it is weird. I mean, just I don't even know what to say about it other than that. Other than what I've said, it's just strange that people love that feeling so badly. I just burped and it burnt my nose. So tonight, have any of you guys watched The Orville? Have any of you guys watched The Orville? I enjoy The Orville. I really like that show. I think it's a great show. I think it's underrated, and I think that it deserves a lot more hoopla than it gets, shall we say? Hoopla. Yeah, I'm going to say hoopla. I'm going to check what you guys are saying in 1 second. I'm just busy doing one thing, and I'll be done in just a second. Just about done. Just about done. I hope you guys can still hear me. I hope that it didn't just drop because it's dropped before. And I hope that it didn't drop because that would suck if it dropped. But would it really bother me? Probably not, to be honest with you. I'm looking at so as some of you know, I have I've done a bunch of stupid things in my life. A bunch of stupid things. That's the best way to say it. You've done a bunch of stupid things because I really have. There's nothing I can say other than I wish I hadn't fucked up my life the way I have. But it is what it is. I've fucked up my life the way I have, and I can't change that. I can just move forward in my life. Now, as some of you know, I do have some stupid problems up in my head, which do make me feel like I can't go further than I am. That I will not be able to find somebody else and all that. And the stupid thing is that I do internet dating, which really destroys your fucking self-confidence and everything else. I don't know why I do it. I really should. Okay, what do we have here from Greg? Wallet. Yeah, but it's fun, eh? I don't know what he's talking about. The word idiot is actually a medical term first used to describe a certain low level of intelligence. Idiot IQ is 0 to 25. Sorry, Chad, it's 2:30 a.m. I'm white. Don't mean to leave you in the lurch, mate. Sorry. Have a good night, Greg, if you're still here. Moron IQ of 25 to 50. You're not a moron or an idiot. I haven't seen The Oracle. Finally watched Rogue One the other night. So many shows and movies to catch up on. Hey, Jamie, how are you? What's going on? Also watched all of F is for Family recently. It was really good. The Orville is really good. The Orville is really, really good. M is for Moosehead. yeah, I guess it is. I need to find my my wallet, so I'm going to grab my cell phone here as we walk around the house because we are going to rejoin this video call. Hey guys. One day maybe you'll learn how to join us there, Angus Wangus, and you can join in because the offer is open all the time, like I've told you before. My dogs are throwing their shit around. They're being stupid. They're being dogs. I love them, but they're stupid. They're dogs. Yeah. Let's throw that in this pocket. Let's throw some money in that pocket too from my change pocket. What do I have in my change pocket? I can't believe that the microphone in my bedroom can pick up me dropping change on my table. That's actually pretty scary, to be honest with you. There's $5 there. That's more than enough for my lunch tomorrow at work. $5 and like 30 cents. Okay. The 30 cents I'll give the boy Chuck tomorrow. There we go. I have these here super duper glasses. See them? Don't have a good enough. Okay. Actually, I should probably put these in Christy's box because they're from her old job at Minax. I have a bunch of tools I got to bring to the basement. Next time I go down, throw them in my toolbox, put the toolbox away. And from taking apart the thing being the trampoline. The trampoline. I got to turn off my camera right now because I'm going to take a pee. I might turn off my microphone for the 5 to 10 seconds it takes to pee. I do apologize for the silence, but since nobody wants to join and chat with me, you guys are going to be in silence for 5 to 10 seconds. Well, at least my dogs were still slamming things around, so you weren't in silence. That makes me feel better. You weren't in silence because my dogs. Good job, dogs. Good job. Here I come. Ooh, let's down. Let's chat. Let's be official here. Let's be. Okay, what's going on chat-wise over here? The Orville. Yes, the Orville is the Star Trek parody show. Well, it has some Star Trek elements. It has some Star Wars elements. It has some elements from like Firefly. It's basically the sci-fi spaceship mock-up show. She's empty. Now the question is, do I go and get another beer? Because, I drank those first 6 in 3 minutes. And then I drank a bunch of others because I'm stupid. And do I go and get another? I don't know. I don't know if I should. Once we get offline, I'm going to upload I'm going to download the 5 in 5 video off this the 6 in 5 video, because I'm me, off this camera. And I'll upload it probably tonight. I have no other videos on the next week. We should be starting to bring in guys again for the for the nightly beer reviews. So I might not be going live on Thursdays anymore starting next week. As we're talking, I'm going to send this out right now to the guys that it should be sent out to. Excuse me. So I'm sending it out right now to the people that used to be part of the Albino Rhino beer review. So what do we have? We have Simon, Paul, James, Ken, Lachlan. We need Lachlan in there too. Alicia. We'll send to Christina as well. Aaron, because he's part of the new crew. We'll send Lizak a message, but he usually hangs out with his brother on Thursdays. I think that's Alejandro. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to send this right now. There we go. It's sent out to all of them. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If Kenneth comes, I'll be hiding the hard liquor that I have left. I have 2 bottles left. You want to join, but you just started moving in soon, dude. That sounds like my wife telling me I get to see my kids soon. That's how that sounds. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. There's only two people here. I think it's just Mr. Angus Wangus and James. Well, Jamie. So I might go offline soon. Jamie, do you want to come in and chat with me? You want to come join? You want to come say hello? You want to talk? What's going on? I want people to talk to. That's why I came. That's why I do this. I do this to talk to people, not to be alone. Wow. Weirdly, Google Plus has made it so that I can't really add anyone anymore. Like here, sure. I can't do it quick enough. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to share this, but I want to quickly click right there. Okay, so here we are. We're in here. So we go basement beer reviews. You don't show up anymore. You don't exist. Drunken one doesn't exist. Redbeard no longer exists. What else? Chris Isaac doesn't exist. He does exist. Lachlan does not exist. What the fuck is going on with Google Plus? I mean, seriously, what is going on with Google Plus? And doesn't exist. Lee doesn't exist. Like this is why I don't send out invites, because nobody exists anymore. I'm sad. I'm sad. I don't know what else to even talk about anymore. Everybody is hell. Greg doesn't even exist anymore. Like Bylog, he's not on there either. Like this is stupid. This is why people don't get invited. It's not that I don't want to invite you, it's that you don't exist. I think James is coming next Thursday so far. If you have a microphone and a Google Plus account, all you have to do is click a link and you come in if you're on your computer. If you're on a cell phone, it's harder. You need a direct link or you can't get in. The only reason I can turn on my cell phone and walk around the house is because it's my video feed. So the direct link is with me. Other than that, I'm fucked. That's why when people are always like, "Oh, I want you to join," and they just send me the link via Facebook and stuff, I'm like, I can't join unless you send me the direct link. Oh, I gotta turn on my front porch light. 1 second. Ow. Yeah, just walk into a door now. Hey, Helga. Hey, girl. Hey, Boris. Oh, yeah, I love you both. Watch out. Oh. I was trying to get Sage to join us, but apparently the music guy does not have a microphone. I haven't had Red Cap in years, to be honest with you, but I enjoyed it when I had it. So I added Chris Lysak in the basement to the chat for next week's beer review night to see if he wanted to join. And I sent one message. James gave a thumbs up saying the cartoon was coming. Ali Alejandro said maybe he was coming, and Lysak left the conversation. So for those of you that wonder why Lysak isn't around very often, it's because Lysak is Lysak, and Lysak cares about Lysak. That's right, Lysak. I said it. Lysak cares about Lysak and nothing else. Nothing else. Just Lysak cares about Lysak. Yeah, so like I said, I haven't had red cap in years, so I don't even know what red cap is like anymore. Again, years since I've had red cap, and I'm okay with that. But I used to love red cap when it was in the stubbies. Red cap in the stubbies was my thing. I think the only reason I like Mickey's is it's still in the grenades and the stubbies. But like I said, I used to like red cap. I haven't had it in years. I don't know what it's like anymore. What are you crying about back there? Let's go pee again? If you have to, I can turn on my cell phone and we can go for a walk. Sage wants to join, but he says all he has is a microphone, which is all you really need. But he's saying it's asking him for his webcam, which I've never seen before. I don't think he really realizes what it's asking about. If all you had in your fridge was red cap from like 3 years ago, 3 to 5 years ago, I'd be okay with that. Again, I haven't had red cap lately, so I don't know. Okay, if that's your name, let's see if we can get that to come up. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. All right, just harassing him. It's almost bedtime. What are you, 70? Are you 70, Mr. Angus Wangus? Are you 7? Aloof Noof, red cap blows. Again, I haven't had red cap in years. When I had it, it was fine as a budget beer, but I know that the Brick has changed a lot of its brewing processes. I don't know how it is now. I haven't bought it in years. Because when I buy a budget beer, it's always export or Old Vienna. So far, it seems like we're going to have Boy Chuck, the cartoon, and Natalie here on Thursday. So that might be okay. They're using dog shit instead of hops. That would probably be more expensive than just using hops, to be honest with you. Sage is still trying to get in right now. He wants to come in and join us. There's only one viewer, but there's two of you talking to me, which is weird. Yeah. If it's malty, I'd probably like it. I like malts. I mean, let's be honest. If Red Cap was nothing but malts, I'd be down. Dog shit malts. You guys are idiots. I love you, but you're idiots. Again, nobody's here. I might go offline in the next second or two, just because nobody's here. Again, it's not that I don't enjoy talking to the few people that are here, but as I get drunk and I tell stories, I like to have people around, or it feels like there's no reason for me to be here. Because I could be drinking alone. Now, next Thursday, it seems like we won't be live. Maybe we'll still live stream a few things, but right now it looks like we're going to have Mantos, Natalie, and James here. So we might not live stream. I don't know yet. Yeah, so dog shit malts. I still love that. I still love dog shit malt. I haven't really told any stories tonight. It's funny. Normally I would have told a whole bunch of stories, but there's not much to tell. Today I had to go to a building in downtown Niagara Falls to do something for my job. I had to fill out some paperwork. I have blue. Look at my blue tunnels. I had some green tunnels in, and this new Asian woman from work. She works in our department, and she's from Vietnam. She's like, "Can I ask what is in your ears?" I go, "Nothing. It's rubber." There's rubber inside a hole. He goes, oh, it looked like a really new skin. I go, okay, so I'm going to change them. But I had like a lime green in, but because of my skin color, it really looked like shiny skin. Oh, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Back up, dogs. Hey, how are you? Back up, dogs. Back up. Back up. Back up. I'm back. Whoa! Whoa! I didn't want to crush your head. Why would you put your head under my ass? Who would put their head under my ass? Really? Not even a woman would put their head under my ass. Yeah, I kind of have the yellow fever, I'll admit it. Anyway, guys, it's time for me to log off. Yeah, I have the yellow fever. Thank you for joining us. Next Wednesday, we'll be online for sure. Thursday's up in the air. But regardless of whether we're online Thursday or not, we'll be recording with a few different awesome people that used to be part of the show. So thank you. Bye-bye.